this is fucking nuts.
Jesus Christ!
Whoa, somebody's crashed.
Is it recording?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Honor's yours.
3, 2,
right underneath.
1. I don't know that shit. Oh, how the fuck did we not die?
You right?
Yeah. I think I knocked him.
What?
I mean,
Kill him, both dead.
res me. What the fuck? Just happened.
How's it going, troops? Star Citizen. What can I say about this game? Star Citizen has blew my mind in 7 different ways that I didn't know was possible in the world of gaming, at least in 2026. Those 7 ways: ambition, development time, lower, mission variety, bugs, updates, lack of care, or should I say lack of care for the core problems. And if you played Star Citizen, you know what I'm talking about. Now, this game has been in development since early 2012. It was a starter project, and if you ask me, I think it was one of the best ideas of gaming that was ever pitched, in the sense of an open world universe where everything is interactive and everything can be explored, and just a vast amount of content that the idea came along with. Now, again, I've only recently started playing Star within the last month, and let me tell you, that month and a half has been an absolute roller coaster. It's been a roller coaster of various emotions when it comes to the game, whether that be if the game works or the game doesn't work, or the game's thinking about working, or maybe the game's working in a different server but not your server. It's very temperamental. Now, but with that being said, the game is also very dependent. It's very client-side heavy. It's very dependent and heavy on your PC, and it's kind of money permitting at the time. If you've got the money to get the best possible specs you can get, and it's only for this game, then you're going to want to do it, because you're going to spend hundreds of hours, if not thousands of hours, on this game. You want it to run it the best possible way you can, if it's strictly going to be the game that you're always playing. Me, on the other hand, I bounce around the world of gaming. You know, I'm always in different type of games. You mainly find me in survivals, you know. But for this, I've actually had to upgrade my RAM. I'm now thinking about upgrading my power supply, my GPU. It is very, very dependent on the PC. But that also being said, it is very client friendly. It's very friendly on you, as in the sense you can downgrade some of the stuff. You can turn off some of the graphics features completely, because some of it actually means absolute fuck all, and it's just going to degrade your game over time. So you can turn down a lot of the stuff, like your volumetric clouds and your fog and stuff like that. And that, I do really appreciate that about the game. It's like they know the game is too ambitious for the time that I don't want to say that the time we live in, but essentially that's what I'm getting at. You know, it feels like this game, and I'm sure this is how the game felt when it was first pitched and first in early development years ago, but it does feel like this game is well ahead of its time, and it also feels like it's well behind it. Now, we'll get into that, but first I want to knock out the 7. So, number 1, ambition. When I say this game is one of the most ambitious games I've ever played, I'm not just saying that for the sake of the video. Truly, this game is out of this world, and I urge anyone who is thinking about getting the game, please do. It really is one of those games that will make you sit back and go, wow. And I thought I would never find a game like that, especially in 2026. Just the scale of Star Citizen alone is enough to make you rethink about any other game. When you first take foot in your pledged ship and you leave the hangar or you leave the moon that you're on at the time, it truly is indescribable. when it comes to a space adventure game like this. You will not find any other feeling or any other game that gets you hooked. It is insane, the vastness of Star Citizen. Early launch was rough for Star Citizen, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't there, didn't experience it, but just from the YouTube videos I've seen, I know it was rough. It must have been hard, and it must have been it must have been harder to even get behind the idea. But to see from what it was to where it is now, the game is a totally different game. A totally different game. Development time. The game has been in active development for nearly 14 years since pre-production began in 2011. Do you understand what I've just said there? The game has been in development for 14 years. Mental. We go back to the ambition side. We understand why it's in development for 14 years. And that's fine. We get it. The game is it's big. We get it. We know it's going to be in development for a long time. 14 years, bit mental. Not gonna lie. This is where I'm talking about. The game is maybe a bit too ahead of its time and before its time, because it feels like they're doing too much for the wrong stuff. And I know it's going to take a long time to fix. But if everybody knows it's going to take a long time to fix, why are you still adding on to the problems? Why do you not try and resolve a few issues before you add more issues? I want to leave that for the update segment. Moral of this segment is it took a very long time to get the game where it was, and the only thing I can really understand why people still play it is because what it came from to what it is now. I get it, I understand that. I mean, we look at other games that were in early development for so many years, DayZ being a good example. Although DayZ wasn't charging hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of content, and they did slack when it came to fixing some of the stuff in the game. And we kind of took that on the chin. I mean, it's kind of the same as Star Citizen. We said, it's because it's an early development, it's an alpha. But DayZ didn't have $1 million raised for them in crowdfunding. It just makes you wonder, after 14 years, where has all this money went in terms of fixing the game and finally getting a full finished product. Lore. Star Citizen's lore got me hooked. Now, I'm not a professor on it, I've not got a PhD in it, and I'm certainly not versed enough to tell you about it. But if you're a lore buff, you'll love this story. Set 900 years into the future, just like any civilization, you're still going to find totalitarian regimes, corporate greed, war. Star Citizen lore's got it all. I've been using a website called citizenhistory.com, and from there, that gives you all the key dates, like the first discovery of interstellar travel and the first contact with the alien species. You could be there for weeks reading about the lore. And I love that. I love any game that's got a deep history behind it. It's always a key factor that draws me in, and it's definitely one that brought me to Star Citizen. Mission variety. I'm just going to keep this one short and sweet. There's so much you can do in this game to make money. There's not really one thing that you want to just keep doing. It kind of changes all the time. As I said, there's a proper economy on Star Citizen for players. So essentially what you want to do is go into UEX and you want to see what's selling at the best price, really, and then find a couple of things that you want to sell and go out and find them. But that's where you need more players. That's where you need an org. That's where you need people actually working together to run through and cycle missions constantly to see if they can get the rare loot and then sell it on the UEX page. Also, for the chill players out there, the ones that just want to do a bit of mining, you can do mining. The ones that want to do a bit of space hauling, you ever seen the trucking simulator? You can do it in space. You want to be a bounty hunter? You can do that in space. You want to be a mercenary? Space mercenary. You get what I'm saying? There's so much you can do. It's not just centered around one thing. Bugs. Like, I'm no stranger to bugs in games. I played DayZ for years. I'm more than accustomed to losing my MVGs to a staircase, or losing a grenade to a shelf. You know, I'm more than accustomed to bugs in games. This game is one of the most infuriating games I've ever had experienced bugs on. Mainly because you sink so much time into doing one mission or one quest, and then you get to the climactic point and then it doesn't work. A terminal doesn't work, an elevator doesn't work. My mate, last patch, actually got fully bugged where he couldn't turn left or right. He literally could not leave his hab. I've fell through I fell through satellite stations, I fell through meteors, I fell through subway stations. But I think the worst bug we all experienced as a group of players was when we did the executive hangars. We did it all. We, did everything we had to do, the contested area, all that. We got all the requirements for it. Got to the executive hangar, got our boy B black cutty, and it wouldn't spawn in. And we thought, okay, maybe it's bugged. And as we were leaving the executive hangar, I'll just show you. So here's B. He's on the terminal. He's claiming the black cutlass. We have just got the rest of the lads behind him, just getting the ship components, anything we can find worth of value. So probably got a couple of $100,000 on the ship worth now. Once you see how much we collect here. We decided to call it quits. B's ship wasn't spawning in, and a long-time player that we were playing with, they had decided that it must be bugged and we're better to just get the components and dip. And as we were leaving, this happened.
What the fuck? Just happened. I don't know.
What the?
I may have spoke too soon, gents.
I just blew up.
It wasn't a big loss. It was just more annoying, and due to B and I being new players, we didn't actually know what had really happened to the Cutty Black. That's what we were kind of worried about. Did they claim it? Did they not? And then it wasn't actually till he went back to his hangar after a couple of days, he didn't realise that now, because it's a Cutty Black, he would go from a small hangar to a medium hangar. So he was worried that he didn't have it. So luckily it did work. But as for the ship spawning in as it usually does, as we were told it usually would, it didn't. So that was kind of a kick in the teeth. But yeah, the bugs, as annoying as they can be as equally as funny. Sometimes it can make your day or ruin your day. But with a game this size and this, again, I'm going to say the word ambitious, you can't fault it for having this many bugs. I do get it. I understand it. Updates that break. Usually an update, you expect it to be an update, you expect it to be a hotfix, you expect it to fix the stuff that they previously broke on the last fix. Not in Star Citizen. Do not get your hopes up that anything is going to be fixed. Like I said before, my friend actually got a full character bug where he could not leave his hab. He couldn't even press exit on the keyboard. It wouldn't work. He did a full character reset. That didn't fix it. Another friend actually had to give him an alt account so he could still play with us, so we could all still continue to make money for the org. I'm not gonna lie, that was a killer. That was a real mood changer that time that happened. And we had to wait up until 4.9 for it to get fixed, or well, a couple of hot fixes into 4.9 for it to get fixed properly, which was also a common bug. Apparently that bug had also been a few years old at the time. So every update that comes to the game doesn't fix what it says it's going to fix. Or if it does, it's going to break something else, and then they need to fix that. And that was really that really was a kind of game changer when I started to realise that. But
Jesus Christ!
You still there? Sorry about that. That was us at Charlie's Beach. That's when the game does work. When the game does work, that type of shit, that right there, that gets me going. That's what I want to see in the game. Because when you get that 1 hour when Star Citizen works, it really does make you forget about all the other hours that it didn't work. And that's what I'm talking about, the lack of care. If you are thinking about playing this game, please don't be put off by this video. These are all my opinions for a new player. You know, this isn't a video essay on why you shouldn't get the game. This is just my opinion on where I'm playing the game from. You know, I've come into this game as a new player, but personally I feel if they're going to charge thousands for a product that's not even fully done, you know, and they're going to charge in-game items that are thousands, then they really should start caring for the bugs and the stuff that really isn't working and it hasn't been working for years. remember I told you it is PC dependent as well. It's like you've got to have good specs to run it. So I can't berate the game too much as well as because I'm just going to need to upgrade, you know. Don't think that I'm telling you not to get this game. If anything, I'm telling you the exact opposite. Get the game, please do. They do free fly events, although as much as people hate me suggesting to try it because it absolutely breaks the servers, if you get a chance, try it out. If you know somebody that's got it, try it out. I don't think you will regret it. Will it get better? Yeah. Will it take a long time? Definitely. But until then, troops, we're just going to need to keep playing with what we've got, you know? Just enjoy it while we've got it now. And it will get better. It will. Just don't be spending thousands on it like everybody else. That's fucking insane. Don't be silly, man. Listen, if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. Bit of a different video. Let me know if you like these type of videos and if you would like to see any more. I'm live every weekend, troops, on Twitch and YouTube. Wi-Fi permitting. But when the Wi-Fi does work, I'm live every weekend. If you feel like you want to come check that out, I'm live from 12 to 4 UK time. And as always, troops, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one. And I forgot, you can be a pirate. But I forgot to tell you all about being a pirate. I'll tell you in the next one. It's fucking nuts. I've got all sorts of videos of me getting away from other pirates in the person. It is fucking nuts, troops. Stand by. Wait for the next one.